Hello, humans of the internet. I'm Xavier of the Black Creatures, and this is Thirsty Thursday, a show where Jade and I talk about art, music, movies, and anything else that's got us thirsty this week. This is part 2 of a 4-part special discussing a matter of the highest importance. Who would win in a fight? Maximillian, Candyman, or Deebo? I'm just going to say you can check out episode 53 of Thirsty Thursday to see part 1 using the links below. Before becoming Candyman, Daniel Rodabai was the son of a slave who made a living as a shoemaker and well-sought-after painter. Despite his notoriety, his relationship with the white woman incurred the wrath of her father, who hired a lynch mob to mutilate him, cover him in honey, and feed him to bees. His origin is super duper fucked up, but it has nothing to do with how his ghost haunts people. If you've ever been a child, you definitely know how it works. You look in a mirror and say Candyman 5 times, and boom, he appears. The movies and short stories go as far as to say that you can summon him by just openly denying his existence, which seems pretty fucking unfair, but we are not here to discuss fairness. Sorry, Deebo. As Candyman, Daniel Rodabai is basically like a boogeyman or a vengeful spirit or a ghost or whatever you want to call it, but like most ghosts, his powers and abilities are wild and very unique to his specific story. He's seemingly able to apparate wherever he's summoned at any time of the day and at will. Like, people would look in the mirrors and say his name 5 times, but he would wait until they were alone to make his appearance. Like he's shy. His presence seems to put people into a trance-like state, which has a negative impact on their mortality, more often than not causing blackouts. Candyman also has a hive of bees that he seems to have some kind of relationship with or symbiosis, because they live inside of him? And I assume this has something to do with the fact that he was fed to bees, but does that make the bees ghosts too? Or we only see him use the bees once, so the limits and range of his control over them is questionable, but they're still fucking bees and they still sting, so that's definitely more than useful in a fight.
No, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!
He doesn't seem to have any super speed or super strength, but despite that, he's pretty fucking effective with his hook hand. Oh, yes, he has a hook hand. The very tool that was used to mutilate him in his living life, he decided to keep in his afterlife. Talk about reclamation? I don't know. His only other notable non-ghost magic skill is that he's exceptionally good at framing people for abduction and murder. Though, it's likely that he's just combining all of his magic ghost abilities, like putting people into a trance and teleporting through apparition and making people black out, combined with his abilities to just be really good at murder to set this whole framing thing up. But I digress. It takes some pretty good manipulation to be able to do that. Being a ghost, you would think Candyman would have absolutely no weaknesses. Or at least weaknesses that are hard to facilitate, like they would require a special spell, a magic book, and a holy item or something. But, no, that's not the case. Apparently, you can just set Candyman on fire and your problem's gone. Though I guess in a way, for Candyman or any other ghost, that might be a strength. Because, who would ever see a ghost and be like, light him on fire! That's how I get rid of ghosts! Imagine you're a ghoulish specter. You're basically immortal if you just avoid campfires and gas stoves. Candyman may just give Maximillian a run for his money with his very powers and abilities, but we've still got one more contender to half-assedly analyze before we get straight to the boxing. Stay tuned for part 3 of this 4-part special, and check out Candyman on Netflix before it gets taken down. You can use the links below to find and follow us all over Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, and even Patreon. Don't forget to like and subscribe to quench that thirst every Thursday. I'm Xavier of the Black Creatures. See y'all next week.